What's happening, guys? Today is Saturday, February 6th. It's 11:06 a.m. and it's kind of freezing outside. It's minus 7 degrees Celsius. I'm here at the intersection of Bathurst Street and Bloor Street West here in the north end of downtown Toronto. This over here is Bathurst subway station, which is on line 2 of the city's subway system. And today, I'm going to be walking east along Bloor Street to Yonge Street. This is actually probably the third time I've done a video along Bloor Street. The first two were driving videos, but this is actually the first walk I've done along here. So, there's a look at the intersection of Bathurst and Bloor. So we're on the western edge of downtown Toronto. And for those of you that lived in Toronto for a very long time, you guys should remember the famous discount store Honest Ed's. It's a very, very famous landmark. Sadly, it closed its doors in 2016, and they're building this new development pretty fast. So here is Bathurst Village, and they have been redeveloping the area since it closed. There's a look up Bathurst and a look south down Bathurst Street. Man, oh man, look how big they're building this big ass thing. Holy cow. How did that, I'm not sure if the camera picked that up, but it's like the child and his dad truck on these streetcar tracks. And here comes a 511 Bathurst streetcar heading north to Bathurst Station. And to the west of here is Koreatown. Okay, enough dilly-dallants. Let's start walking. So, currently I'm in the Annex neighborhood. And Bloor Street is another major retail stretch. Just like Yonge Street, except this is, of course, east-west. So I'm on the north side of Bloor, and I'm wearing the wrong footwear for this. I'm wearing my boots. I thought it was going to be snowing outside, but no snow fell. Anyway. But it's also freaking cold outside. It's minus 7, which feels a bit more like minus 15. So I am going to brave the cold all the way to Yonge Street. And there is the CN Tower right in the distance. There's a look back at Bathurst and Bloor. The line 2 subway line, the Bloor Danforth line, runs a few meters north of here. So this walk will span 5 stations. So we just started just outside of Bathurst Station. And according to TTC announcements, the next station is Spadina Station. There's a lot of interesting shops, restaurants, and businesses along the stretch of Bloor. But, of course, it is very sad to see our businesses struggling, although restaurants are open for takeout and delivery. And it's kind of quiet on a Saturday morning. And I don't think the wind is that strong. Hopefully it doesn't pick up. And I hope you guys can hear me well. This is the second video I've done in downtown Toronto in under a week. South of here is Harvard Village. As I was saying about the subway line, line 2 is the east-west subway line. A fun fact, this year, this month, the line will turn 55 years old. The Bloor Danforth subway opened between Keele and Woodbine stations in February 1966. And it extended simultaneously to the east to Scarborough and the west to Islington 2 years later. And then again in 1980. It's remained unchanged since then, although now it's looking to replace the Scarborough RT with a controversial Line 2 extension to Scarborough Town Centre and then Shepherd and McCowan. Nevertheless, we're not all the way out east. But this video is just going to be me showing you guys how Bloor Street is looking. There's a Rexall drugstore here. And there is a very famous bookstore, BMV, that stands for Books, Music, Video. I've been in there many, many times. I would recommend coming down here and checking it out. And obviously it is closed because it is a non-essential retailer. And another fun fact, whoa! Spider-Man Miles Morales for the PlayStation 5, November 12, 2020. Okay, so it's a recently new game. I don't have a PS5 myself, although maybe I'll probably get one. I actually do like video games myself. As I was saying, I haven't been on Line 2 in almost a year. At least the T1s aren't going anywhere very soon. But, yeah, I haven't been on this line in almost a year. And I already heard that you can't look out the front of those old trains because it is only restricted to driver's cab. Don't forget it's COVID measures. So I don't know when I'll be on Line 2 again. And if I do, I'll definitely catch a video. And there is the Walmer Road entrance to Spadina Station. Just another look at the CN Tower. Alright, so now we're coming up to Spadina Avenue. And from this point on, Line 1, Yonge University, and Line 2, Bloor Danforth, will run parallel to each other until the next station, St. George. Spadina Station is an interchange station. The Line 1 station is a few meters north of here, right underneath Spadina Road. That side of Spadina opened in 1978. However, it was originally supposed to be two separate stations, but they decided to connect this long ass tunnel between Line 1 and Line 2. It's a very long pedestrian tunnel. They used to have a moving walkway, but that was removed in 2004. So it was just a simple ass pedestrian tunnel. I actually don't like walking through that thing. But next time if I ever visit Spadina Station, I'll make sure to get a video of that. Here we are, Spadina Avenue. Well, on the right and on the left is Spadina Road. Now this is the heart of the annex. And Spadina Station is the northern terminus of the 510 Spadina streetcar. That route began service in 1997. Originally supposed to be an actual LRT line, but just like the 509 Harbourford, which runs along the waterfront to Lake Ontario, it was integrated as a normal streetcar line. So as you can see, just south of here, the streetcars ascend from the tunnel and run along the median of Spadina Avenue. And And south of here is Chinatown. And on the south side of Bloor is University of Toronto. Well, the St. George campus, but I call it the downtown campus. There's a Jewish community center. There's not gonna be a lot of any more like shops along here, at least for now, because we'll be encountering some U of T buildings as well as a few apartment buildings too, and rentals. And that tall building over there is 1 Bloor East. I passed by it on Monday during my walk up Yonge Street. Now that's at Yonge and Bloor. So if the wind comes in, I apologize. But if the video sounds like shit, then I'm gonna have to like not post this. So because I'm getting way too many comments saying that I do need like a wind mic or a sock. Because with the wind, it's freaking cold. So there is Bloor Street United Church with a payphone. All of a sudden, traffic is quiet. There's Huron Street. Bloor Street does have bike lanes. They were installed last year. This on the right is the Beta Shoe Museum. I've never been before. And I think it's a Canadian shoe company. Senator David A. Kroll Apartments, 341 Bloor Street West. Well, it's kind of quiet here. It's kind of quiet on a Saturday morning. I've done many Saturday morning walks before, well, near my area. There it is, the Beta Shoe Museum, which is right here at St. George Street. There's another building, part of the University of Toronto campus. And there is the St. George Street entrance to St. George subway station. I have never been through that entrance before. Platforms at St. George Station are stacked up on top of each other. And it was the northern terminus of the University line from 1963 to the late 70s. Of course, the Bloor Danforth line opened in 1966. It's the second busiest subway station on the TTC subway network. And I had to kind of sing a bit loud just in case of the stupid wind. I'll have to replay that, and if it sounds like crap, then nope, that's not going on YouTube. There's a big dome over there at the Varsity Stadium. Yes, U of T has a football stadium called the Varsity Blues. And back in 1969, they held the Toronto Rock and Roll Revival Festival that featured some pretty well-known acts like John Lennon and a few others. And that stupid dome wasn't there, I would have got a great shot of downtown. Actually, there we go. You can actually see the CN Tower from a straight line. That is cool. And there is Bedford Road. And this is where you'll find the main entrance to St. George Station. And I think north of here, there's a Chinese consulate. And a fun fact, John Tory actually lives in this condo. This very condo right here. So for those of you that don't know where John Tory is, now you know. And there's the main entrance to St. George Station. St. George Station is served by only one bus route, that's the 26 DuPont. That runs between here and Jane Station along DuPont Street. And I don't know what else. I think Dundas Street West. I'm still in the Annex neighborhood, but once you cross Avenue Road at the lights, will be in a very, very expensive retail district, Yorkville. In fact, that stretch of Bloor Street is known as the Mink Mile. I'll get to more of that once we cross Avenue Road. And this building here is the Royal Ontario Museum. I haven't been there since summer of 2018. I forgot what exhibit they had at while I was there, but obviously it is closed. And I think this is a hotel, if I'm not mistaken. And there's the Royal Conservatory of Music. Sorry, this fence is kind of obstructing the view here, because it looks like they're doing some construction along here. I don't know if it has to do with the bike lanes, or maybe they're renovating the road itself. I don't know. This design was developed or installed by Michael Lee Chin in 2007. This is one of... Okay. I think you could have waited right there, but that's okay. It's a very wacky and interesting looking design. There's another entrance on the east side of the museum. That's on University Avenue. This is where line 1 bends down south. So on the left is Avenue Road, and on the right is Queen's Park. Although I'm not sure why it's named Queen's Park. I think it's because of the Ontario Legislative Building, which is just to the south of here. That's where the Premier holds his news conferences pretty much like almost every day. I think that building out there used to be part of the campus. I'm not too sure. But anyway, I call Queen's Park University Avenue because honestly, there's no point in having to renaming this. Like, University Avenue, begins just south of the Legislative Building. But Queen's Park only goes to, freaking 300 meters. There's, no point to just calling it Queen's Park. Not at all. Okay, I'm gonna make a last minute decision and cross here. So here I am on University Avenue, not Queen's Park, from my books. And there is the entrance to another entrance to the museum, which is right there. And those TTC signs up ahead, that's Museum Station. I kind of don't like that station that much. It's just a boring station, even though it has a pretty unique style of art from the late 2000s. But I still don't like that station. You can see a bit of Midtown Toronto up ahead. That's the Upper Canada College. If I could zoom in and see that tower, yes, that it is. And there's another beautiful look at downtown. And you can see a monument and the legislative building. And there is Church of the Redeemer. Alright, so we are in Yorkville, which is Canada's most expensive places to shop and eat. It's known for its very, very high-end retailers like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Tiffany and Company. And Yorkville used to be a pretty hipster neighborhood back in the 60s and 70s. Well, actually, at least before the subway opened in the mid-60s. But here I am on the south side of Bloor. So you're very, very bound to find a lot of expensive places here. Ken Continuum did a video on mispronouncing the names, but names of the high-end shops along here. Unpurposely. He's a local YouTuber in Toronto, so if you want to see some more of Toronto, go check him out. Like I said, this part of Bloor is known as the Mink Mile. Look, Prada. Sorry, Ken, if you're watching this. I'm not trying to make fun of you. To be honest, I've never walked this part of Bloor in such a long time. Or haven't, rather. Up ahead would be Holt Renfrew and the Manulife Center. The Manulife Center had an observation deck called Panorama 51, which was around in the 80s and 90s. But that's been closed a long time. I'm a Generation Z person, so I've probably never been. There's Dolce & Gabbana. There's Rolex. There's Holt Renfrew, or at least a part of it anyway. Holt Renfrew's on the east side of Bay Street. And there is Harry Rosen. And also south of here is a very interesting street called Charles Street. There's some more new condos springing up just to the south of here. I think that building up there is the Four Seasons Hotel, if I'm not mistaken. I'm definitely going to come back down here and do one around Yorkville when I can. We're almost at the end of the walk. This here is Bay Street, of course. Bay Street runs through the heart of the financial district, which is just off of Queen Street. A fun fact, Bay Station is also around here, and it has an abandoned subway platform called Lower Bay, or Bay Lower, whatever the heck you want to call it. And the reason why they added another platform below the Line 2 platforms is because For 6 months after its opening, the TTC decided to interline the Yonge University and Bloor Danforth trains, although that didn't really make sense after half a year. So trains from heading south from Eglinton will make its way east along line 2. Here's a look at Bay. And a look south. Anyway, as I was saying, the interlining thing didn't make much sense. And it's going to take me a while to say this, but around the areas of Museum, Bloor, Yonge, and Spadina, St. George, there are tracks that connect from line 1 to line 2 to change trains. But north of Museum Station, there are tracks that lead to Lower Bay, and they pass through the abandoned platform, and then the tracks come up to meet line 2 just before Bloor Yonge Station. So Lower Bay is known for its movie shoots, and of course they have to change trains when things go wrong on one of the lines. There is the Manulife Center, and it's open for no reason. I don't know why. And there is the Halt Run Through flagship store. There were a couple of times back in the early 2010s that they had to use the interlining stuff because of construction around the stations. I think I've been in that diversion once. I think I was just a little kid at the time. Anyway, enough of Lower Bay. It's just a abandoned platform, but it's been open to the public, I think, 3 times back in the 2010s. Part of Doors Open Toronto. There's Charles Street, which is 1 block south of here. And there is Yonge Street. That is where I ended my last video, which was up Yonge Street. Sorry if I rambled a bit on about Bay Station. But you can see how close Bay is to Yonge. It runs pretty parallel. Bay Street also ends north of here at Davenport Road. But we're coming to a scrambled crossing. Okay, there's a map here. So there's a map of the area. So we started at Bathurst Street at the west side of downtown, and this is where we are. Forgot to mention, there's a Path-like shopping mall underground called the Cumberland Terrace, and it also connects to the Hudson's Bay department store, which is, I think, sorry, I'm trying to think. Yeah, right there. Okay, I'm almost at the end. I don't know why I'm wasting my time here. Okay, to the right is 1 Bloor West. That's supposed to be the tallest tower in the country. And on the east side of Yonge is 1 Bloor East. Oh, scramble crossing. That's my time. That's my time, guys. That's now my time. So we've come to the end of this video. And you can see Yonge Dundas all the way from down here. Okay, guys. I'm going to end the video here. Of course, this is where you'll find Bloor Yonge subway station, the busiest subway station in the system. So now I'm on Bloor Street East, but that will be another video. Okay. Thank you guys for watching this video. My hands are trying to freeze it, but it's not like last time. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. and I will catch you all in the next one. So stay warm, stay safe, and more videos to come. Alright, peace out guys, take care.